Now is James Litinsky, MP Materials founder, chairman, and CEO. MP owns the only rare earths mine in the United States and makes magnets, which is a key part of the supply chain to go from these rare earths to actual finished goods in advanced manufacturing. Jim, it's great to have you on. I want to start right there. Before we even get to China export controls, what do the tariffs, as we currently see this framework rolling out in real time, mean for MP Materials?
Sure. Hi, hey, Morgan. It's great to see you. In simple terms, we've been ramping up refining, and as you just mentioned, we're bringing our magnet facility online for our refined products business, which is predominantly outside of China, and our magnetics business. It's outstanding in the sense that it helps us get a more level playing field. For product that we still sell into China, and we still sell quite a bit into China, tariffs from the Chinese obviously make the playing field even deeper against us, and so that's a negative in the short term. But net, it's very bullish for the strategic value of everything that we're doing. I think it certainly highlights everything that we're doing.
Will you de-risk from China in terms of your operations and your selling there?
Oh, absolutely. That's the mission of the company from the very beginning has been that we can't rely on a single point of failure. In particular, and I guess we'll probably get to it in a moment, Morgan, but one of the things that they announced the other night is that there's going to be export controls around rare earth magnetics, including ones for a variety of industries and very specifically for physical AI and defense purposes. And so I'm actually a little surprised that there's not, sort of more concern around this because it is a really big deal.
It's a really big deal. How quickly can you stand up a homegrown supply chain around this? And what would it take for you to make even more investment to do so?
Well, I want to make, if you don't mind, I'd like to make a really important point that I think has been lost in some of the dialogue. As I know it's been going all, for days on this network, but there's a lot of talk about the president started a trade war. And, people reference Smoot-Hawley in 1930. And if you look at the U.S. economy in 1930, we had a 2.5% surplus. We had 40% of our economy was manufacturing. Fast forward to today, and we have a 3% trade deficit, and only 10% of our economy is manufacturing. And that's because there's been a trade war waged on us for about 30 years. And so this is really the beginning of the end of a trade war is really the better way to think about it. And so that's a long-winded way of saying I think we need to contextualize sort of where we are as an economy and a country. It's not that we can't do this stuff. It's that we've really been at a disadvantage for quite some time. At MP, we've been at this for a while and bringing back the supply chain. We made a tremendous amount of progress. We think that the president and his team need to keep going to make sure that they can create the conditions for us to continue to build our business. And so we're doing it as quickly as we can. But I'll tell you, obviously, there's a lot of risk in the coming months and years ahead because as action is taken, the Chinese are responding and adding risk to our economy at all levels.
Jim, you make a very good point. As somebody who's covered manufacturing and industrial activity for more than a decade here at CNBC, there is a lot to talk about around the trade topic and policy over the longer term. And I would argue that what you're talking about is what has risen to this rise in populism in this country in recent years, too, and other countries where you see big trade deficits. As someone close to the administration made that point to me late last week. With all that in mind, what will it take for you to continue to invest and expand production here in the U.S.?
Sure. Well, it's really a question of capital and making sure that we're thoughtfully executing shareholder value. We've taken on this mission. It's been about 10 years of essentially MP bringing back this supply chain and taking on, the Chinese and essentially Chinese mercantilism. Their entire industry is really two state-backed companies. And so I think as we start to see more of a level playing field and hopefully further policies from this administration, we'll make a substantial amount of investment. I mean, there really is nothing stopping us other than the conditions that we feel are adequate for us to continue to invest.